Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our office space. It is good to be back to do a regular stream, proper format for you guys to enjoy. Yeah, woot of the woot of the woo. We're so excited. We're so happy to be back. Oh my goodness, guys. I like streaming in here. It feels comfier. Not that I don't mind my home. Not that, it's a huge deal or anything or stuff like that, but it just give me a thumbs up in the chat if you like it here, or give me a thumbs down if you prefer it back at my place. Hello, Neon Noodles, welcome back. Clearly Neon Noodles saw that we were doing a DC Comics conversation stream deep dive goodness, so that's why Neon Noodles is like, hello, bring it on. So excited. Okay, so far just thumbs up that we like it here. It's good. I like it a lot. It's good, people. This is good. And look at that, Neon Noodles, you got a subscription thanks to our very own Solomon, who just likes to bless people. By golly. Yeah. Speaking of blessing, the blessing of which that we got from you, Solomon, we are now going to be tonight's night's vigil, which, by the way, we are going to have a formalized. I repeat, guys, we're going to have a formalized poster that's talking about our online ministry goodness that's going to be happening. It's going to be so good. Oh, and Lori. Pilo wants to throw down this reminder, which is very important then for me to get off on time. We have our Fire Team Cook-Off stream that's happening at 3 o'clock. I repeat, 3 o'clock! And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. They're going to be doing some basic cooking goodness and stuff like that. It's not hardcore because, well, guys, and this is the thing that I totally forgot to throw down. Guys, Wilson, this is what happens when Wilson comes back from Christmas break, is that Wilson doesn't always get everything all sorted out, but then most of you are like, well, that's just like Wilson on a regular day, and be like, you're not wrong, but also don't have to go at it that hard, okay? Like, don't go at it that hard. Professional streamer, 100%, clearly. Now I gotta find the post, because if I can't find the post, then we are actually euchred. There we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. That is happening tomorrow night, RPG night. That's right, it's gonna be good. We're excited. Going to be filled with D&D adventure goodness with yours truly doing the intermediate level. We have an awesome new volunteer that's jumping in, getting his feet wet, so to speak, in the volunteering with the GW goodness. Andrew Fippen, who's going to be doing the beginner session. That's right, beginners, because we care about beginners too. And then we have the Hoff taking on the DM's nightmare. Oh man, he even has shared Bring It. It's going to be a good time. You're going to want to be there. There's some RPG session. There's some canteen that you can be getting. There's also going to be snacks that's going to be available. And there may even be prizes for those of you who just like to wreak havoc. Or maybe you just were like, we'll have a variety of stuff that we'll be looking at, and then we'll have to put a vote to. But it's going to be a good time. If you notice, it's 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's right, 3 hours of goodness. If you are new to D&D, or if you are a vet, this is the thing that you're going to want to hit it up. And it is over at Parkdale East Church. That's 1888 Victoria Avenue here in Belleville. Yes, it's a good time. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fantastic. And there will be graphic word merch, because graphic word merch and goodies to get is also fantastic. So we're excited. It's going to be good. It's going to be fantastic. Starting in the new year with a lot of fun and just hitting it right heavy. So don't miss out on this, guys. Don't miss out. If you need to screenshot this, do this. Or you can follow us on Instagram, because you can totally do that. And check out more updates of the goodness that happens that way. Can we move on? Can we keep going? Because I now have a crunch time that's going on here, and you guys are getting previews of stuff you don't need right now. Look at that. Hey, lurkers, check out Hoff's awesome but sadly short-lived D&D streams. Right? That was a great time. Man, Wandering Souls was so good. We gotta figure out potentially bringing that back. But also, Hoff is a pretty busy dude, so I understand that. It's okay. I appreciate him. Everyone throw down a thumbs up, a cheer for Hoff in the comments or in the chatskis. That man does a lot for us. He's a fantastic dude. He loves you guys. He loves his ministry, and he really does do what he can to invest in our crew. And I really appreciate him. We need to throw more. Yeah, respect the elderly, people. Come on. Respect the elderly. Right? Goats. All goats. Anywho. Who's ready for the goodness that's going to be happening? Because, by golly, I got one that's fantastic. So, Wilson did manage to actually sit and chill and read for a little bit over the Christmas break. Shocker, Wilson actually does the thing you guys tell him to do, which is to chill. Weird. I know. I get it. It's like a new revelation. You don't know how to handle it. And I don't even know how to handle it because it's unique and stuff like that. It is different. But guys, I got to read a mini-series, and I say mini-series because it's only three comic books, aka graphic novels, one graphic novel long, and that is Robin and Batman, Jason Todd. If you have not, I repeat, if you have not read this series or have even heard of it, let me educate you so hard. This is the series. I love the artwork. I think it's fantastic. I love the style of it. This is a follow-up from the Robin and Batman series that came out before it that was focused on Dick Grayson. This one is focused on Jason Todd, hence Robin and Batman, Jason and Todd. And again, I love the artwork. It's like as if it's just watercolored art, very kind of rough memory tone vibe. It's a fantastic read. If you don't have it, you need to find your local library, get on their digital loving goodness, and you just need to do it. Dustin Nugent, right? He is such a good artist, and Jeff Lemire did a fantastic story on this one. I will hype this up because I'm not typically a guy that likes the other Robins. Like me and Tim Drake, I get annoyed with Tim Drake just because like he's just way too much in his head, and maybe that's the problem, is that I relate a little too much to Tim Drake in that way, that like being in your head kind of mode is brutal. I don't like Damien because Damien's a punk, and usually Jason I'm not a fan of because he's just a punk with even more angst behind him and will actually do something bad about it. This is why I like Dick Grayson, because Dick Grayson's the GOAT, and you can fight me all you want on it. You lose, because even Batman acknowledges Dick Grayson's the GOAT. Even in this series, Batman acknowledges how awesome Dick Grayson is. And Dick Grayson also pops into this too. I just like saying Dick Grayson a lot. Anywho, a lot of stuff going on. So, let me throw it at you here. This series is like kind of looking at how the Robins start out. And so, like, with Robin and Batman, you get to see the inside scoop of what it was like for Dick Grayson to start becoming Batman's sidekick. Some of the anger and hurt that came out of his parents' death, right? And the idea of what is proper vengeance, how do you deal with bullies, how do you work that out? And what I appreciated off of that series was the factor that Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing, when it came to focusing on him, can we zoom? I cannot zoom. That's rude. Unacceptable. However, that's from Mythos Comics. Hey, guys, Mythos Comics. You can get this from Mythos, and you can probably get it shipped to you, and all that goodness. Man, Mythos is everywhere. Proud of those guys. Everyone, round of applause for Mythos Comics. Yes, Solomon's even sharing into the chat. Check it out. You should totally follow them. You should totally watch them. Or watch them. You should get there. You should get stuff from them. Because they're really cool. They're awesome peeps. And love on our local nerds. Anywho. What I'd say was probably one of the best features. Oh man, I cannot wait to get that Stream Deck. We haven't ordered it yet, okay? We got funds before the break to be able to get a Stream Deck, and we just need to get it now. But like oh man, when I'll be able to push buttons rather than have to look over and tap and stuff like that, I can just like tap. That's gonna be so good. Oh dang, hydration. Well, that's weird. Why did that happen? Why is our stickers looking a little different? That's... Someone's been messing around with things. They've been messing around with things. How dare they? Nuggets sure didn't break something last... right? Oh, no. You know, we had things working. I will blame Tom. Hydration and stretch was officially done. I'm sad. I guess we got some editing to do at some point. All right. What I want to say about this is this series, Robin and Batman, Jason Todd. The heart of the comic is about fatherhood. It's about trying to help the lost. And if you know anything about Jason Todd or anything about Batman's kind of connection with Jason Todd, by the way, this comic series came out after another fantastic series I would recommend you checking out is Batman Under the Red Hood. That's another great series that addresses a deeper look at what happened with Jason Todd, because all throughout that time Jason Todd was supposed to be dead, right? Like, and if you know comics, Jason Todd, hashtag crowbars, that's really sad, Louis. When Jason Todd was still a Robin, he was held captive by the Joker and was beaten basically to an inch of his life, and there was a bomb set to the room for Batman to race to try and save Jason Todd, there we go, to save Jason Todd, but he didn't make it in time. The place blew up, and the panel that is heartbreaking, it's by the way, the series Death in the Family, fantastic, is Batman holding... oh, wow. Invite much? Hey! That's what we're here for. I'm pretty sure that's what Solomon's here for. That's what he does. There's a compact edition coming out for Under the Red Hood this year. What? A compact edition? Dude, like, the expanded so... Okay. Alright. I'm not feeling no pain. I don't know what you're talking about. Anywho. The panel is Batman holding Jason Todd, who's like absolutely wrecked, destroyed. And it's like the most broken Batman can be next to, like, you know, him losing his parents. This is why then later on when even Tim Drake hops on the scene, he's very reluctant about Tim because of what happened with Jason. But then the other side of it is like Tim figured out Batman. So that's why he could be working under Batman. He lost his folks, and so like this was his decision that he made. Versus Jason, the way that Jason gets discovered by Batman is he's literally stealing the wheels from the Batmobile. He's trying to like yoink it. So like while Batman's fighting off crime, Jason's like, hey man, we can totally yoink these wheels and sell them for like big money, right? Wow, Damian over Jason? I disagree. I still stand Jason over Damian. Way more. So then Batman comes here. He sees his kid totally yoinking the wheels. And he's like, you know what? We're going to change this around. You are the very kind of person that we want to help and not turn into a criminal someday. So it worked so well with Dick Grayson, except Dick Grayson wasn't going to become a criminal mastermind. He was just a really hurt kid. And so Bruce/Batman saw himself in Dick and was just like, I need to help him. I get this kid. I've been hurt, so let's help him deal with this hurt in a different way. Maybe he can bring hope, which ended up working. So this is part of the dialogue that actually happens within Robin and Batman, specifically in issue 2, because Batman is at his wit's end. He doesn't know what to do with Jason, because Jason's natural response to when bad things happen, you hit it even harder than the bad thing hitting you, right? Like, we should be dealing with criminals as judge, jury, and executioner, rather than like putting them into a system that's going to likely just get them out on bail the next day, kind of vibe like that. Like, Jason sees the system and goes, dude, this is like messed up. Batman sees the system knowing it's messed up, but he's still trying to abide by the rules that are going on, but he's trying to be the fear that stops the problem, right? And this is where Jason has that broken kind of process of like, this doesn't work out that way. This isn't the way it goes. This isn't how the world is. So while he was crime fighting, he had an opportunity to really deal with this dude who is dealing drugs to really bad situations, like to kids and stuff like that. Which, by the way, Under the Red Hood, I thought was beautiful. Under the Red Hood was willing to manage the crime as long as they were not dealing with kids. As soon as they were dealing with kids, it's like, you are dead. You can peddle your drugs anywhere else, but as soon as it hits the family, you are done. And you will answer to me. I'll control it. That's how we're going to do it. We're not going to kill anyone else. We're just going to only deal with the ones that really want to push back and really corrupt the innocent people, right? Again, that's not how Batman views it. And one of my favorite parts of the series is actually in the second comic. The reason why the second comic is probably my favorite is because you have this beautiful conversation with Batman and Alfred and with Dick or Nightwing, really trying to come to terms with, like, what are we even trying to do with Jason? Like, is this even making a difference? Because he's getting more and more aggressive. He's getting more and more angry. And it seems like no matter what I say or what I challenge him or what I seem to do, it's just not working. And so Alfred himself, he brought this up, that when Batman first brought in Jason Todd, he wasn't too sure how it was going to work out. In fact, he kind of thought, there's this air about Jason that seems to be like, no, this isn't gonna be like Dick. Like, this isn't gonna go well. I don't even think he's redeemable. And that's a hard thing to say, right? Because Alfred's like this actually really good father figure that has been there for Bruce in spite of all the difficulty that he's gone through, giving him the resources, but also trying to pull him back from the darkness. And that's the give and take between Batman and Alfred. But we see with Nightwing, aka Dick Grayson, that there can be still hope that's found in the midst of that darkness. Like, Nightwing is known to be Batman's best Robin, and I will stand on that. Not for his skill, but it's actually for his heart. His heart behind it all is he still sees hope in people. He still sees hope and opportunity to reach out to people, to do good things. This is why, like, the Nightwing arc that was going on through Tom Taylor, which, by the way, guys, you need to pick up, read, highlight. You need to absorb that into your body, into your heart, because, like, that series was chef kiss. It was beautiful. But he was the best of what Batman could be. So even Batman has Nightwing take Robin out for like a beat, so to speak, like to fight bad guys and stuff like that. And Nightwing kind of handles it a little bit more playfully, like, oh yeah, we took down some thugs, and Jason's like, dude, are you serious? He's like, what do you mean? Like, what's up? And he's like, Dick, we're in a war. We are in a war with scumbags who just want to keep on causing harm, only focus on the dollar, only focus on getting ahead themselves, and don't care who they're going to stop on. And here you are making jokes and banter in the midst of like the fight and stuff like that. Solomon, woo, war. Hey, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Okay, that was bad. Okay, anywho. But what made that interesting, what made that really stand out was that for Dick Grayson, this wasn't necessarily playtime, but he could at least see it that there is some joy that you're taking out some bad guys. So, of course, like, playful banter, this idea of, like, talking to their face. And if you ever read, like, early Robin stuff, that's just how he did. But Jason Todd was very much, I'm going to pound the living crud out of you, because really deep down at the heart of Jason, the reason why he lands the fists on the bad guys is because those bad guys got his mom into drugs and his dad essentially ran away from home. So he was left to figure out himself, basically grow up at a very young age, and have to figure out how he's going to take care of his mom and him. And he comes home and she's dead from overdosing. And so for Jason, this fight against the scum of Gotham, or the evil in the world, is very personal. Not that it wasn't for Dick. Dick, like, lost his parents because they weren't going to pay out somebody for security, right? That's pretty lousy stuff. But, like, the drug thing, literally, he had to grow up really quick. And Batman wasn't there immediately in the situation. So, like, there's lots of different pull that's going on in that situation, that you now have this problem of a young man that's experienced the real darkness of the world, doesn't really see a light, and yes, he's got Batman to give him an outlet for that anger, a spot where he can be fighting these guys, but the problem is he's going to keep on going further and further and further. And so then there's actually this guy, his name is the Wraith. Where is he? There he is. This is the Wraith. He's essentially Punisher wannabe. That's what I'm saying. Or pre under the Red Hood kind of vibe. That's definitely the feel that they're trying to give on this Wraith guy. He shows up and he deals with bad guys that way. There's a scene where Jason's left alone with a major bad dude, and Batman's trusting him that he's going to take care of it and deal with it properly. However, when Batman shows up to the scene, the guy's dead, and he's like, Jason, what'd you do? He goes, I didn't do it. Like, that look, you don't believe that I didn't do it. And they find that there's another shooter on the rooftop, and it's this Wraith dude. And the Wraith dude is like, I had to take him out. He was scum. And both, like, Batman and the Wraith have this kind of tussle about each other that's like, you don't know how to deal with justice. Like, you just kind of, like, let them go off and stuff like that, versus I'm just going to do it. And even Batman's like, you're a killer. It's like, basically, if I get the job done, it's one less scumbag. Very much Punisher in the DC universe kind of vibe. And it's fantastic. It's very well written, but you see now Jason is conflicted between, do I join Batman or do I join the Wraith? And he's literally caught in this crossroads of, like, I don't like how Batman's lenient, but I also think the Wraith is going a little too far. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to tell you anymore. It's a fantastic comic series. You should look it up. I know in our local area, if you are in Belleville and you have a library card, yes, cool kids have library cards. You should go get a library card if you don't. You should totally get a library card and go on Hoopla. I'm almost 100% certain that they've got it on collection there in the comics section. But it's a fantastic read. It's so good. I highly recommend it, not just for the art, but for the storyline on it and what's going on. Interesting how people like Wraith always go after low-level criminals, never the opposite. How the low-level criminals don't go for them, or... Like, you're talking about, like, the quality and how they're dealing with it? Because Wraith he was taking a crime lord, is who he killed. And that was kind of, like, the big deal. Was that, oh, snap, like, there's a crime lord they took out and stuff like that. I love how the Wraith is even, like, I've really been looking forward to meeting you. Like, he respects Batman, and they want the same thing as in justice for the city. Their method on how they do it is very different, right? And Wraith is just willing to destroy peeps, and he starts at ground level and building up, right? Like you gotta take out some of these guys, but it matters to take out the big guys too. So, how is this a level up talk, you might be asking? Where am I going with this? Well, I talked about how earlier Robin and Batman is really a father-son moment. It's about this lost kid, and Batman sees Jason as this lost kid. Heck, anyone who would read about how Jason goes about things knows he's a lost kid. All of us are lost kids in some ways. But what is amazing about this is this moment where Batman's legitimately trying to figure out, am I failing him? Like, do I even have the capacity to do this? Do I just need to let him go? Do I just need to let him do his thing? And even Alfred doesn't know what to do. Even Nightwing is like, I don't know. But down in the end of it, it really comes down to, like, do we trust that he's going to be able to see the light? Do we hope that he's going to be able to see the light? And at the end, he does. But we also know the rather tumultuous history behind Red Hood, that it's not a smooth walk toward the light. It's definitely an up and down, lots of difficulties, lots of hardship that goes on. But it's fantastic. Again, y'all need to get invested with Jason Todd, because fantastic stuff. The thing that I automatically connected to, and I've shared this in my e-newsletter that we got a Graphic Word Partners e-newsletter. It's primarily for people that have been supporting Graphic Word. We sent it out as a story yesterday. If you're at all interested in getting in on it, if you've supported Graphic Word in the past and would like to have a monthly e-newsletter, stuff like that, feel free to shout out at me. You can DM me on Instagram or any of the socials that are up above. But you can totally message me, and we can get you subscribed, so to speak, and you can get that and know what's going on. Rabbi, I'm confused. So did Abraham get renamed the Dark Knight, or was this pre-Abraham Midrash? Abraham Midrash? Oh, I see. Because the father. Okay, that's fair, Rabbi. Good throwdown. Good throwdown. All right. This isn't about Father Abraham, though I do appreciate that you brought that up, because I kept on saying about dad and the fatherhood and figuring that out. That's understandable, and thank you for throwing that. What I'm looking at specifically, I'm going to be looking at Luke chapter 15, and I'm talking about the prodigal son, because the correlation to this is actually pretty intense. Not as far as like inheritance claims and stuff like that, but as far as like going off to the edge and then coming back and realizing the need for help, for guidance and stuff like that. So, if you don't mind, join with me. And I don't know why I'm using that accent, but I am. And y'all should just be jealous that I say y'all. Because I like saying y'all. That's how it is. All right. So we are looking at Luke chapter 15. And particularly, I want to do the parable of the lost son. So this is specifically in verse 11. Not in just verse 11. But 11 to... We're going to focus on... We're going to look at 27. Up to 27. Verse 11 to 27. And what we are kind of reflecting on is the heart behind God in wanting to reach out to those who are lost. Reaching out to those who are broken, who feel broken, who know they need help. And you might go, well, how did that work with Batman or Robin and Batman, Jason Todd? In the end, Jason did realize that Wraith was a little too far on the other extreme. Now, he still had a little bit of a hard time on how Batman was doing things, how he was taking care of justice. But in the end, he chose to turn back. And actually, one of my favorite panels... I gotta show this, otherwise... come on. This is the... No! Where is it? I know Neon Noodle's like... Neon Noodle's what I'm talking about. Once you've seen it, it's beautiful. It's amazing. Come on. Oh, this bothers me. Okay, it's not there. Jason Todd. Issue 3. Yeah, they're not going to let me have it. Rude. Okay, fine, whatever. Anywho, if I was at home, I could get a picture of it. Right? Right? Like, I could totally... Oh, hey, you know what? Cheat code. We're going to do this very, very quick. Otherwise, Pilo's going to beat me up. Okay? So, we're doing this. Messaging to myself, because that's what cool people do. At least that's what I tell myself. Cool people message to themselves all the time. There we go. There we go. There we go. Inside radio. Down with the boom, boom. Here you go. This moment. Ugh. This moment. It was gorgeous. It was beautiful. In the moment when he turns around and realizes that Batman put on the signal so that legitimately Jason could know that Batman was looking for him. That Batman wanted him back home. And they hug. But of course, like, he's wearing his Robin outfit. But just for a moment. Just for a moment. Jason turns back into that kid that Batman first sees. This broken kid who's just seen his mother lied out dead, overdosed, broken, and just holds him. It's a beautiful father, and it actually ends. It doesn't end with this moment. I really wish they would have done it. I really wish they would have just cut to it. But then they add a scene where Jason kind of confronts Wraith and essentially says, well, dude, like, I'm going to stick with this path with Batman, and we're going to see how it goes. I'm not saying he's got all the answers, but his answers are better than yours. So we're sticking with this, essentially. We're going to figure it out. It was beautiful. But, oh my gosh, guys. Heart tugger of a series. If you do not read it for the heart tugs, I don't know what you read it for. That's all I'm saying. Heart tugs. You should do it. Anywho. So we're going to read through this real quick. Okay? To illustrate the... Luke 15, chapter 15, verses 11 to 27. That's where we're going. This is known as the Prodigal Son parable. And we're working through this and all this. Okay? To illustrate the point further, Jesus told them this story. A man had 2 sons. The younger son told his father, I want my share of the estate now before you die. Oh, snap. So his father agreed to divide his wealth between his sons. A few days later, his younger son packed all his belongings and moved to a distant land, and there he wasted all his money in wild living. About that time, his money ran out. A great famine swept over the land, and he began to starve. Awkward moment. He persuaded a local farmer to hire him, and the man sent him into his fields to feed the pigs. The young man became so hungry that even the pods he was feeding the pigs looked good to him. But no one gave him anything. Awkward. When he finally... pork, Solomon says. When he finally came to his senses, he said to himself, at home, even the hired servants have food, even to spare, and I am here dying of hunger. I will go home to my father and say, Father, I have sinned against both heaven and you, and I am no longer worthy of being called your son. Please take me on as a hired servant. So he returned home to his father, and while he was still a long way off, his father saw him coming. Filled with love and compassion, he ran to his son, embraced him, and kissed him. His son said to him, Father, I have sinned against both heaven and you, and I am no longer worthy of being called your son. But his father said to his servants, Quick, bring the finest robe in the house and put it on him. Get a ring for his finger and sandals for his feet. And kill the calf we have been fattening. We must celebrate with a feast. For this son of mine was dead and has now returned to life. He was lost, but now he is found. So the party began. Party, party! Actually, yeah, we'll stick at 24. Yeah, we'll stick at 24. We're focusing on the lost son. We're not focusing on the older son right now. So this is the thing that I want to illustrate with you, okay? Because I've done this parable at several campfires and all the goodness and stuff like that. So the parable that's going on, and Jesus also refers to the parable of the lost coin and parable of the lost sheep, where the factor is in the midst of all the journeys of life, right? So the parable of the lost sheep is the idea that the shepherd goes to find the one last sheep, leaving the 99. He cares about the individual. He sees the individual. He loves the individual. But then also the lost coin is a factor of this woman who is in search for this one coin and searches high and low, dusts the whole house, everything, and finally finds that coin, and she gets so excited just for this one coin, even though she, had a bunch of other coins, right? Like, parable of the lost son, the father has two sons, right? And the audacious nature of this is the son is willing to ask for an inheritance, aka the stuff that he's supposed to get after his dad passes away. Huge insult. It's like, essentially, Dad, I'm just here for your money. I'm here for your wealth. I really don't care about you. I just want to go and do my own thing. So, ouch, burn, eek, awkward moment. So Dad agrees, lets him do it. The dude completely squanders it on whatever he wants to the point where there's nothing, and even the situation around him, the famine has struck, things just suck. And now he's having to feed pigs, which in that culture was like worse than dumpster diving. Like worse than like picking up trash on the side. Like this is like the grody grossness and will separate you from your community. It's like, this is brutal. This is the stuff that you were not supposed to be doing. You're in with pigs. They are filthy. The stuff that they are eating is just filthy and gross. They roll in their own waste. They are indiscriminate of what goes on, like, into their bodies. It's just brokenness. And he finds himself wanting to eat the same stuff, which is usually garbage, by the way. Pigs were often fed garbage, like leftover scraps, barely anything, but anything good. And they just ate it. And he's like, dude, even servants in my dad's house get way better. So when he's coming back, he's remorseful. He's ready to like do the speech of like, Dad, I suck. I'm brutal. But as soon as the dad sees him off to the distance, the dad runs. Like, this is not new territory for us diving, right? Like, this is the parable of the lost son. You guys have likely heard this chat from me, but this is one that I found beautiful in connecting to Robin and Batman, Jason Todd. The father runs, holds on to his son. He doesn't care. Like, the potential indecency of the father running, showing bare legs and other things, and it's just stuff that was like socially was not right. Plus, he's like the dad. He's like in charge of so many other things. No, the son should be coming back. No. The dad rushes to him. And then the son's immediately like, Dad, I was such a mess. And he's like, shut up, quiet. No. We gotta get this dude some food. We gotta get him all dressed up to the nines. My son is back. I know, bare legs. Shocker. Don't read Robin Year One. That's all I'm saying. I'm kidding. That was a joke because he had bare legs. Anywho, what I'm trying to say is, when the prodigal son came back, the dad didn't even think about what had happened. He was just happy that his son came back, that he wanted to come back, and then he gave him authority, like gave him the family ring to be like, yo, this guy's going to be part of my business partnership. Gave him good clothes, status, wealth, status even in that. They have a huge party for him like he's stupid important. Meanwhile, the dude squandered all this hard work that this dad put into in his, like, essentially life savings. And yet the father welcomes back. And that's where guys, this is where I see this comic, the Batman and Robin comic, or Robin and Batman Jason talk. I'm going to... Don't be jealous. It's okay. But what I see in this comic is literally a father-son moment. And it's beautiful. And Batman does see his Robins as his sons. And eventually actually adopts them. And like, I love how Nightwing and Batman actually have that relationship to the point where Nightwing's willing to call Bruce dad at one point and breaks down. It's heart-tugging goodness. You guys, you need to read comics. That's all I'm saying. But what I want to say here is Batman is kind of like a very, very small kind of vantage point of how God sees us with Jason Todd. And like legitimately, Bruce is my favorite stressed out single dad. 100%. I appreciate it. I'm getting told off by Pilo. Well, I'm getting stared down by Pilo. That's not being told off.
There were no words involved.
The eyes said all the words.
The eyes were saying hello.
Oh, okay. I thought the eyes were like, how dare you? Hurry up and wrap things up. Gosh darn it.
We're still waiting for nuggets.
We're still waiting for nuggets. We can't wait to... There we go. You want to come in and say hi? Like, Elite? I interrupt enough of her streams. She can interrupt mine, right? Like,
I apologize for I've been dealing with a 3-year-old for the last 2 days.
I don't think you need to apologize for
And I will be dealing with her for the next couple of days.
Welcome to semi-parenting.
Except I don't have to deal with her tomorrow.
Hey,
I'm working all day.
Hey-o. There's benefits to nerding out.
There's benefits to working for about 14 hours straight.
Oh, I get that vibe. Yeah, that's not fun. Except I'm taking the morning off, so
Christmas
like,
presents out there too.
How dare you, guys? Grandma should not have bought me presents.
A present.
Oh, sorry, a present. Hoff says hi.
Yeah, I already said hi to him today.
Oh, okay. Apparently, she said hi to you already. I'm sorry.
I did.
I can't help you guys. I can't. I can only say hi to him once a day, otherwise it's weird. That's a rebuttal. Fair point.
We need the candle for the fire team cooking. Because we have the fire, and then we'll have our team cooking.
That's sure. Makes sense, right? I mean, yeah, but hi again. Ninu.
I'm going to get my drugs.
Okay, she's gonna go do that. Neon Noodle says hi, by the way.
Hi, Neon Noodles!
Hi, Neon Noodles!
We'll probably need your help to set up Nugget's laptop when he gets here, because we're doing laptop instead of phone.
We'll figure it out.
We will. It might be a little late, but we'll figure it out.
All right, guys. This is the thing. This is the thing that I want to throw down. Okay. This is the chewable. This is the thing that I want you. Ooh. This is the steak, right? So here's the thing. Batman. Legitimate. Might be a little late. GW in a nutshell. 100%, Solomon. You get it. You understand the vibe. Hey, we're like family, okay? Family's not about like the exact timing. We care that you just show up. And same here. So, you know, that's how it's just a giant family. Work with us. Anywho. The thing I want you guys to chew on this, okay? When Batman looked at Jason, yes, maybe at first he kind of was like, I want to prevent this kid from being like the criminals that I throw in bars all the time. Like, throw behind bars all the time. But this comic series, Robin and Batman, you see more of the heart of, like, Batman just genuinely wants to help Jason and to be there for him, that he'd be willing to hear him out, not just to, like, stop him from being a bad guy, but, like, genuinely because he cares about him. And so there's this line that is like, I turned on the light, or Jason's like, I saw the light. He goes, I turned it on so that you could come home. And it's just like, oh, hit the heartstrings so hard. It was beautiful. It was a fantastic moment. And guys, if you feel like you maybe are too far from God, maybe you've even been close to God, just like Jason. Jason was close to Batman, was learning, but maybe was frustrated and he ran off and did his own thing. But then Batman still turned on the light for him, still was calling him home, still wanted him there. Dudes and dudettes, nerds and nerdettes. God is always turning on the light for you. He is right there ready, that as soon as you even do a sidestep back to him, he is rushing for you. The prodigal son shows that the dad was, just by seeing him off in the distance, he bolted for it. He ran. He didn't know for sure if his son was coming this way. He just ran for him as soon as he saw him. This is the beautiful part of that. God sees your value. God sees who you are and cares about you. He will go on the hunt for you. He will run. He will rush for you. We are all Jason Todds. And that there are some things that we push back and stuff like that. Who loved their father more? The father didn't love either more, but one child was capable of having a deeper love. Remember, you may feel lost, but you can achieve greater heights and personal growth than those who were never lost could ever reach. Prodigal son. Yeah, no, that's fair, Rabbi. That's a good response to that, right? There's a different kind of connection from the one that doesn't run versus the one that does, and the aspect of that in chewing on that, the prodigal son has a different kind of appreciation. Definitely seeing more the breadth of what the father's love could look like versus the one that stayed would probably see more like just the provisional aspect, and not to say that the other son wasn't being faithful or stuff like that, but it just gives a different measure to what that love can look like. Now, is that perfectly demonstrated in Robin and Batman as far as like their relationship outside of this comic? No, I don't think it does, because again, it has to be the decision of then also the prodigal son, right? This is where Jason still has a hard time with Bruce, and this especially happened after the events of like his death, and then he comes back from the Lazarus pits and stuff like that, and his brain's a little bit fried. But the thing that I appreciated, and Jason Ackles is a fantastic actor. You need to be watching Under the Red Hood. It's a great video series and it's a great comic series. Guys, I'm telling you good things you should be enjoying. But what I loved about it was Jason Todd couldn't understand why Batman, after losing him, right? He goes, like, I'm not telling you to go after Two-Face or the Penguin or anyone else. Just him, who is the Joker. The Joker, who has been like the thorn in Batman's side, the one who completely does opposite stuff than what Batman does. Like, he is chaos incarnate. He is absolute evil. He is just messed up. He's like, how many people have died because of this guy? And yet, you couldn't even kill him. Not even for me, you couldn't kill him. Why couldn't you do it, Bruce? Was it because it was too hard? And Bruce speaks up and goes, no, because it'd be too, pardon my language, too damn easy. Legit quote, too easy. Because then once I start with him, I wouldn't be able to stop. The restraint in the heart and the pull and like this. So there's always been that tension, right? That's going on in there. All descent is for the sake of a greater ascent. Yeah. A righteous person isn't someone who never sinned. A righteous person is someone who repeatedly falls but gets up again. Yeah, right? Fall 7 times, get up 8, right? Just like the proverb. Righteousness comes from growth, not from stagnant faith and practice. Falling comes from movement. Those who are idle cannot fall. They cannot grow. They cannot ascend to greater heights. 100% Rabbi. That's good. That's good wisdom bomb. That's good knowledge right there. And so, my level up challenge, my encouragement, my, hey you guys, I see you on the other side of that screen. Are you willing to take a step toward God? Are you willing to take a step toward him? Okay, gotta go. Bye. Wow, shalom, Rabbi, you beautiful beast of awesomeness, you. How dare he? He's drops wisdom bombs and then pieces out like that. What is he, Mike Wilson? Ew. Sorry, that was a bad joke. But in all seriousness, guys, like, in all honesty, what we have here is this beautiful moment, this situation where you have a choice. Do you run back to the Father? Are you willing to trust that he does have something for you, that he does care about you, that he does see you? Are you willing to turn your head back enough to realize that he's been running after you the whole time? Are you willing to stop the pursuit of all... We have nuggets in the house. Are you willing to stop the run from the one direction and just even make a turn into like, I am broken. I am messed up. I don't know if I can trust you, but even just to trust in the turn of like, I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to give you a shot. I need you because what I'm doing isn't working. What I'm doing is still leading to me being busted on the inside, mentally, emotionally, you name it. Because although Jason thought he had answers and thought that the Wraith had answers, and found out it wasn't the answers that he was looking for. The Wraith didn't care about how he felt. He cared about the war. Batman cared about where Jason was at personally, not just the war that they were fighting. And it's when Jason was willing to flip that around and come back to Batman. Oh, guys, that's when the story hit. I literally cried. My daughter's like, you okay, Dad? I'm like, yep, that was just a really hard-hitting moment. Typical Wilson cried again. So, you know. Redeem a cry. Oh, wow. Nuggets is going to be like, what the heck happened to all our settings? I'm actually a little bit sad that these settings are now not working. I don't know what he did. I really don't know what he did. This is actually going to bother me now. Guys, can I cry yet? Can I cry yet? Is it a Twitch alert? What is it? Why do we have so many stickers? I don't get it. Things made sense, guys. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anywho, guys. Yeah, now, can I go back to my level up? No, that's the title. That's the talk. There we go. And up here. There we go. And top time. There we go. So, guys, that's my encouragement for you. If we want, well, we can end quickly with some prayer requests. Sorry, I'm not trying to rush. It's just I want to be out there to help the crew set up for their stuff because they're setting up stuff. But that's my level up talk. Is are you willing to turn back? Are you willing to realize that you need a father that sees you, that cares about you, that is willing to meet you, to call for you, to keep the light on, so to speak? And Stephen Stanley has a fantastic song on that. Whatever it takes. You should check it out. Cool. Prayer request. Throw them down in the chatskis. Throw it in the chatskis. Prayer request. I will say this. Prayer request for me. Love that man's work. Right? You know. Stephen Stanley knows what he's doing. Woo! I've missed streams with being out, clients, and not being able to watch and Christmas. See? Well, this is what we're here for, Neon Noodles. Like, man, I'm happy that you are a DC nerd just like all of us here. A prayer request for happy vibes during dark winter. Absolutely. Yeah, I get that vibe. Yeah, it's been hitting a little bit harder. I really do think seasonal affective disorder is really a thing. Like, I have a buddy of mine that did it. I didn't feel like it as much, but I've been feeling it more recently. If I don't get enough sunlight, I get a little down. I got like a pretty cool lit room. I had a guy come in today and he's like, dude, you got a 6 space. I was like, right. But it's a fishbowl. So, you know. Anywho, Marvel over T. Solomon wants to pick a fight. All I have to say is Bat Duck. And Hoff, I think this needs to replace our duck stickers. I think we need to bring in the Bat Duck as our main sticker. Maybe I need to take a picture of it, and then that can be the thing that we create. You agree with Solomon? Okay, that's it. I don't know, you guys. Adios. That's rude. No, it's okay. Okay. Well, prayer requests. Anybody? Prayer requests. We got Neon Noodles. We're gonna pray that Neon Noodles sees the light that is the DC Comics. Just saying. Awkward moment. Kidding. Just kidding. Yeah. Prayer requests. Well, I'll throw down my prayer request. Guys, I've been having a little bit of a headache thing going on, and I've been getting into a little bit of panic vibes. It's been hitting randomly, so my family have been awesome in like keeping track and being there with me and praying for me. Yeah, could use prayer for that. Prayer, peace of mind, peace of heart. And yes, I am taking it to God, Solomon. I will say this. Part of my challenge has been like reading / going through The Hobbit, and I found that I could listen to Andy Serkis, who was Gollum in Lord of the Rings series. I've been listening to him on an occasional time where I've been too tired to read. Oh my word, that has helped calm me down. So that's been fantastic. But yeah, it's been really good. You should check it out. Again, Hoopla, great resource. But yeah, prayer for me, and prayer for this new year, man. Like, we got some stuff going on. Hey, you should throw support to Pilo. If you are considering partnering with Graphic Word and would like to do so to support what we are doing, you should consider partnering with Pilo and supporting her so that she can keep on being awesome and working with us all the time, so she can be annoyed by Mike all the time. Let's be honest. Like, more hanging out with Wilson is just going to drive her a little bit more insane. Only a little bit. I'm kidding. But it would be awesome to get her fully funded so that she is here working and doing the greatness and stuff like that. So you should totally do that. You should support her. She's awesome. And I'm sure Hoff would totally agree on that one. I know he does. I'm just being difficult. I like poking bears. Anywho, guys, I'm gonna pray, and then we're gonna close off stream. And Solomon, I'm still gonna be praying for you. I know you're like quietly, and you're like, I don't need prayer, but I'm praying. Praying for you, bro. I see you, Solomon. Cool. God, I thank you for this awesome community that are here, that we get to nerd out together, that we have variety in how we are learning and growing through Scripture. Thank you for the reminder of Prodigal Son, that we can be broken, we can be messed up, we can even go deliberately against you or insult you and be rude to you at times. But when we're broken, when we realize we can't do things on our own, when we are desperate need of saving, of some grace, God, you run after us, you love us, you care for us, and you don't just like take us back, you like make a scene that it's so awesome that we're back. God, I thank you for comics like that with Robin and Batman, specifically through Jason Todd. That was such a heartwarming reminder. Because I can be like Jason. I can be so stubborn in my head. I can be so focused on, well, this is how we got to do it. This is how I got to do it. This is the way it's going to be. And we can butt heads. But God, you are gracious. You are amazing. And God, I lean on you. And thank you that you are a God that is moved in compassion. You show mercy. You're slow to anger. You're abound in unfailing love, and you are faithful. So God, I pray for anyone who's hearing that maybe just like, I don't even know where to start. Maybe I don't even know how I feel about God. I don't even know if God would even care about me. Help them to know that through person speaking to them, through you showing up in some really cool way. In some way that points out to you see them, you care about them, and you love them. And that when they turn to you, you freak out in the most awesome and epic ways. And when you hold them, you are a loving Father that embraces them in their hurt and their brokenness and gives them peace. God, I pray for all the crew during this winter seasons that, light is less, and so it can feel heavy. The darkness can sit a little bit more. God, I pray that we as a community would be reaching out and encouraging one another, supporting, shedding light on awesome stuff that's going on in life, and also being willing to share when things don't feel so great, so that we can hear some love and support from each other. Because God, that's how you work too. You speak to others through other people, and that's such a cool thing, and seeing how your hand works on that and how you lead that. God, I pray for the unspoken prayers. I pray for the things that we struggle, the things that we face on our own, or we don't feel ready or able to bring it up, but we bring them up to you here, that you see them, that you hear them. They are not just empty cries in the night. They are heard by you, and that you care for them. I pray that you would respond to those two. God, I pray for my mind and my heart that as I come to you more often and working on this idea of rest, that I can experience your rest, that I can have your peace, that I can trust in you, and that means I gotta sit with you. But don't see it that I got to, see that I get to. That I have a blessing in being able to do that. Help me to stop running and just help me to fall in your arms. God, just be with us in the rest of what we got going on today, and help us to honor you in everything that we do. We ask this in your name. Amen. Well, crew, that is the stream. Now, guys, enough of, stretch. I'm stretching. Thank you, Solomon. Appreciate that. That was nice of you to say. Well, guys, I'm going to end my stream so that other people can stream, because it's already 3:10, and, they're behind because I'm behind. So I'm going to sign off, but get ready to get into the goodness that is the Fire Team Cook-Off. And, appreciate that, Hoff. Really do. Appreciate the support, Ezra. Yeah. So, behave thyself. Keep on being epic. And don't forget, if you turn, oh man, God's ready to tackle you. Goodness and faithfulness will surely follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord. Not follow me, they will linebacker tackle you. Goodness and mercy.